Hi Virgo, and welcome to your reading for May 2020. Thanks for tuning in. Please set aside any tasks you have on the go. Don't multitask while you're watching this reading. I want to make sure that you make the most out of your time here with me. So tune in with your higher self and your guides. Ask them to connect with me, with my higher self and my team, so that we can set up a feedback loop to make sure that the messages that come through here are tailored for you. I'm going to have a look at the general energies available and then take another deck. Using the Voyage deck, I'm going to do a Higher Octave spread. So let's take a look at the general energies available at this time for people under the Virgo influence. This is a general reading, so not all the messages will be relevant for you. Just take what you need and set aside the rest, but always be honest and don't ignore some vital information that's coming through just because you don't want to acknowledge that it's true. Alright, let's have a look here. There's a few reversals. A lot of major arcana cards coming out. Wow. Look at this. So far there's 3 cards in the top of the spread are in reverse, and these 3 cards in the bottom are in reverse. It's not necessarily bad. It's not so black and white. We're going to look at the interpretations for each card. Alright, let's take a look. Bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. We also have the Knight of Cups in reverse here. We have 2 Queens in reverse. Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. From the major arcana cards, we have the Fool reverse with the Magician. We have the Empress, the Hermit, Death in reverse, the Sun. 2 sevens. This is an interesting spread. Very interesting. Very different energy. Like, let's get into it. I mean, it seems like with Sun being the center of the reading, the central theme of your spread, there's something beautiful about this reading. Even though there's all these reversals here, there's something very calm, very happy, very abundant, very, it's like a balanced, reciprocated energy of like harmonious. And yet here we go, the challenging card across the center of the reading is the Four of Wands in reverse. So, what does it mean? There could be some upheaval, or there could be some challenge, not necessarily upheaval, but there could be some challenge in your home environment. There could be something unsettling or ungrounded happening. There could be some upheaval or withdrawal. Somebody could be withdrawing, particularly because you have these 2 queens here in the reverse in the bottom of the reading. You could be dealing with some challenging personalities in your environment, especially right now, given that there is this self-isolation and quarantine happening. There could be some challenging energy at home with people. You could be clashing. You could be finding it very challenging to be at home right now if there is people in your environment who are part of your daily routine normally, but you would have a bit more space otherwise. There could be something challenging here with regard to that. What else? Just give me a second here to tune in. There's 2 sevens in the reading. As I said, this Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. There's also the Page of Swords in reverse here in the Hopes and Fears. It's paired with the Hermit. So there could be, and there's also the Queen of Swords in the reverse in this reading. This is very interesting. 3 court cards from the Swords suit, all in reverse in your reading. So there could be something here about miscommunication. There could be something about harsh words, about aggressive communication, impatient communication, impatient thought, rushing forward into something without really carefully weighing up all the options around it. I'm hearing nosy. Someone could be, this Queen of Swords could be someone that you're dealing with that's like putting their nose in your business, and it's really unappreciated by you. Like someone could be, it's like butting in and trying to influence you or give their opinion or express something to you that you don't agree with and you're not interested in, but they keep trying to give it to you. Something in this reading about that. What else? I'm going to pull the bottom cards here because I feel a little bit like I'm having a hard time really getting into the energy of this spread. So let's see if the bottom extension cards can help. So Knight of Swords reversed, 8 of Swords reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed, and there's the King of Swords upright. And now we have all 4 of the court cards from the Swords element in your reading. The king is coming out here in the upright position, a blessing, some small mercy. But it does really seem like there are some issues with communication at this time. Maybe you feel like you want to speak up about something that is bothering you, that is really getting on your nerves, and you may not feel like it's actually okay for you to do so, but you do it anyway. And maybe because you've waited so long to express something that's on your mind that's really upsetting you, it comes out wrong, it comes out really harsh. It's something I feel in this reading. 2 pages in reverse, 2 knights in reverse, 2 queens in reverse. What is going on here with all the people in your environment? There's a lot of people in your reading, actually, Virgo. These people that are in your environment, obviously not necessarily going to be all in your actual space, because there, as I said, there's this quarantine situation happening. I mean, that could just be simply what it is. Like, all these people are in your environment. These are people that you would deal with normally on a day-to-day basis or on a regular basis. And because everybody is kind of, their energy or their flow is a little bit compromised, it could be that these people are all showing up in the reverse in your reading because it's challenging for everybody right now to do their normal workflow, to be in their usual, routines and such. I feel like this King of Swords is you finally coming out at the end of this reading with some clarity, with some stoicism, with some peace of mind, with some reserve. Like the energy of the King of Swords I'm feeling in this reading is a little bit reserved, in that he doesn't mince words. Like, he doesn't say what doesn't need to be said. Maybe there is that energy in this reading of people kind of approaching you with a lot of communication, and you maybe feel like, oh, why is this person wasting my time with these petty, trifling things that they're bringing to me that I don't need to know or that I don't care about. But there's you coming out in the final part of this reading, just sort of like calmly, quietly dealing with all this energy of frustration that's going on around you, but you may be reserved enough and mature enough and stoic enough to be pragmatic about what's going on, and just realize that these are specific factors that are at play here that are unusual, highly unusual, and you are willing to kind of give people a little bit of a pass at the moment because they may be approaching you or speaking to you in a way that they normally wouldn't, because they're under particularly compromising or challenging circumstances. So you're willing to be patient and deal with things in a pragmatic way and just kind of be okay. Like, not ideal, but we understand. Like, there's an understanding energy that's coming from the King of Swords. Discernment, patience, calm, wisdom. You're bringing wisdom to this reading at the end of the day, with all this energy coming towards you that is like not ideal. What else is in this reading? I like the Empress here in this spread, and then the 7 of Pentacles. This central axis of the reading is really cool, actually. There's a lot of beneficial energy around finances, around the home life. Even though this 4 of Wands is in the reverse position as your challenging energy, I do really like this central axis of the reading. Empress upright, Sun upright, and 7 of Pentacles upright. This is telling me that you may have some energy or some desire to invest in home or invest somehow in something long-term right now, like with regards to your space, your physical space, or if it's about like upgrading your environment. Maybe you wanted to do some like interior design or building a garden. Particularly, actually, this is really relevant. Building a garden around this time, that could be something you're putting energy and time into. That's a very, very good way to use this energy or use this time. But investment in general in something related to physicality, physical things, like home environment or a garden or interiors, anything with regards to that's spoken about in this reading, and that feels good. That feels like a good way to invest your time or money around this time. We also have here, this is interesting, the Fool reversed with the Magician in the upright position. What's this about? This is in your environment. It's like you have energy for something new. Like there's a lot of intention and will, and like you have a specific ideas maybe, or specific intentions is always one way to put it, but let me find the right word. Just give me a second. Like there's some particular talent, skill, idea, concept, imagination, thing that you want to apply to reality. Like you want to set that emotion, like in motion. I didn't mean to say emotion. I mean set that in motion, plant the seeds of, or direct energy towards the application of, you know, that thing rolling out. But with the Fool here in reverse, I don't know if it's actually like really the right moment to sort of push ahead with a specific agenda. I feel like there's some lag, and with all these other reversals in the reading, like I do feel there's a need for a little bit of patience, you know. Also the Death being reversed in this spread. The Death and the Fool in reverse with the Magician upright. I feel like you know what you want to do, you know the direction you want to take, but somehow there's some other closing up of something or completion that is yet to be fulfilled that will then, like, the availability of the energy may not actually be totally accessible yet. Something has to close out here. This is what I feel. You simply may not have the finances. That could be one thing. You might have ideas, you might have desires, you might have the will, you might have the plans and the intentions, but you might not have the money. So there could be some delay, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't continue to craft and cultivate the concepts and hone the ideas and even practice the skills needed. Okay, so that when money does come through, you can actually sort of then roll forward with a great pace, with a swiftness that's not being held up because you aren't prepared. Okay, so I think this is about preparation. What else is here? Yeah, this Knight of Cups in reverse with the Seven of Cups reversed in the outcome position. I'm hearing task at hand. You might be spending too much time. I meant to say time, but there could be something there. You might be spending too much money on the wrong thing. That could be something. But what I was going to say is you might be spending too much time daydreaming about something that's unrealistic. And you might be thinking, that could also be what this Magician with the Fool reverse is. Could be time here to start to get really realistic about what's actually possible, what you do have the resources for, what you do have the talent for. Okay? Hate to be a buzzkill, but that's what I feel. You could be spending too much time daydreaming, fantasizing, and you could be delusional about something that you want to do, but you may not have the talent for, you might not have the resources for, you might not have the money for, you might not have the time for, you might not have, etc., etc. So just be careful about that and look at everything. You know, the Seven of Cups. Look at everything, but look at it with a distinct realness. Okay, so that you're not wasting your time getting carried away with some kind of fantasy that you may not actually be able to fulfill with what you've actually got. That could be it here for your reading. I know that was a bit of a mishmash, like patchwork kind of reading. Let me see if there's anything else I can pull in to kind of make that clear. Tie it all together. I'm hearing flourish. I'm going to look that up in the dictionary. Flourish. A verb of a person, animal, or other living organism to grow or develop in a healthy or vigorous way, especially as the result of a practically favorable environment. Or develop rapidly and successfully, the organization has continued to flourish. Or of a person, be working or at the height of a person's career during a specific period. Or when I say or, it's the next definition. Of a person, wave something around to distract the attention of others. Sorry, to attract, not distract. Or if it's a noun, it's a bold or extravagant gesture or action made specifically to attract the attention of others. Or an instance of suddenly performing or developing in an immensely successful way. Or an elaborate rhetorical or literary expression. Or an ornamental flowing curve in handwriting or scroll work. All right, if any of that's making any sense to you, just do what you need to do with it. I want to see if there's something specifically here that is relevant that I want to expand on. Well, there's something definitely about growing with regard to, like, that could be very literal with regards to actually growing a garden, like someone's actually growing a garden here. Or if it's about your career, there's something that's being expanded on or exponentiated or being grown or being developed with regard to your work here for someone. Yep. What else? I feel like that's it. There's something here about performing, if that's relevant for you. Okay. I feel that's it for your reading. I'm just going to wrap it up here and then take the Voyager deck to lay out the cards for your higher octave spread. I would just say, I mean, with all these reverse court cards in this reading, like the 2 queens, 2 pages, 2 knights in reverse, I guess I just want to say, be really careful that you aren't like getting into petty conflicts with people, arguing with people about things that aren't really important just because there's irritability or frustration. Be careful about that, because there is like a lot of people here in this spread and they're all in reverse, but I feel like you're here as this upright King of Swords. So I feel confident that you are maintaining a very mature and disciplined position in the circumstances that you may be in, while all these other people might be behaving immaturely or being petty or argumentative or, you know, competitive. There could be some competitive energy in this spread, either with each other or with you. So be mindful about that and don't get caught up in something that's not relevant for you. If someone else is playing out something because of their frustration or irritability around this time, be careful that you don't get swept up and caught into it. If it's not really your drama, if it's not your issue, don't make it your issue. All right, that's it. We're going to move on now. So I'm going to shuffle the Voyager deck to lay out the higher octave spread. Please tune in again. Send your energy into the deck so I can get really clear messages for you. The higher octave spread is designed to provide a little more information on any blind spots, any weaknesses, any karmic and spiritual forces at play that we might not be aware of, to help maximize the potential to make the most out of the lessons that are unfolding and to get the most out of the opportunities that are available. So, one more shuffle and then let's put the cards down. Okay, bottom of the deck, 3 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles, we have that here, same card. Crossed by the Emperor reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. So now there's the same Queen showing up. Oh, and there's the Queen of Cups also, but she's upright this time in the foundation. All right, thank God. Finally, we've got an upright court card. 7 of Swords reversed. The World reversed. 6 of Cups reversed. The Lovers upright. Oh, I missed somehow some cards. Let's just do it like this. 4 of Wands and 4 of Pentacles upright and reversed. That's interesting. We had the 4 of Wands as the crossing card in the previous spread, if you remember. Priestess, the Strength, 5 of Swords upright, and then the Child of Cups upright. All right, this is an interesting spread. We're going to go into this in the higher octave spread. If you want to hear the interpretation of these cards, click the link in the description box below. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I hope you found some things in there you can work with. Please leave some comment and feedback if you have some input, or if you have anything you want to let me know about. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.